Hello, my name is Jenna Ferreira.
My name is Jill Webster.
My name is Natalie Kawanika.
My name is Cam Marks.
Welcome to Royal Caribbean's new cutting-edge smart ship, the Olympia of the Seas.
In this presentation, we're going to talk about social and cognitive technologies that we're going to implement on the ship.
Hello, today I'll be discussing organizational leadership and decision making at Royal Caribbean. Two things that we have to keep in mind when implementing the smart ship technology is the long-term investment costs and the demographics that we're attracting to the ship. For the long-term investment costs, this will be a good investment because costs will go down over time. And then for demographics, we're attracting both the old and the younger generations. The younger generations will be drawn in by this powerful creativity that's being exposed on the ship. But the older generation, we have to make sure that they are adjusted to these different ways and that to ensure that their experience is great as well. For the organizational culture, we want to make sure that our employees do not feel threatened by these new robotic technologies. Luckily, our smart ship technology does just that. It only poses improvements to safety with the facial recognition for boarding and the overall passenger experience. But this new technology will make corporate culture more forward-thinking, creative, captivating, and most importantly, more excited to get up and go to their job every morning. Lastly, I'll be talking about the organizational communication. This organizational communication will change the intercommunication between passengers and employees for the long term. This app, our Royal Caribbean app, makes feedback a lot more responsive and will have problems fixed at faster rates and will diminish that whole aspect of that. And then we also have the self-learning technology that creates a seamless experience for passengers, and then will give employees more time to focus on and serving passengers in other better ways. But what this technology really does is it stores personal requests in a database and makes a personal profile for you. So if you like that feathered pillow and that red glass of wine at 7 p.m., it'll be there waiting for you in your suite.
Hello, executives. We believe that these additions will have an incredibly positive impact on both the internal and external perception of Royal Caribbean. By implementing our smart ship technologies, we will be leading the curve into an era of technological prosperity. In addition, we hope that this encourages our employees to come up with new ideas for greater workplace efficiency. We know that Royal Caribbean places great emphasis on innovation of the consumer experience. Consumers will see that the Olympia of the Seas is the most technologically advanced cruise ship in the world. In addition to current technologies like robotic bartenders and virtual reality playrooms, we will be implementing new technologies like virtual personal assistants like MGT and facial recognition technologies. Through the use of the MGT personal assistant, travelers will experience the highest level of customer service, simply having to say "Ahoy, MGT" to have their demands met. With our facial recognition tech, customers will easily be able to find their families on the ship via the Royal Caribbean app, and petty crimes such as theft will be virtually eradicated, making each vacation on the Olympia of the Seas a worry-free experience. These technologies remove a lot of strain off of our employees and allow for better focus on the task at hand, which allows our crew members to have the highest possible level of effectiveness. They will have a huge impact on team diversity, as our employees will have to undergo training on working with robotic technologies. While we currently mainly employ hospitality-oriented persons, greater use of technology will also result in a diversification of our workforce due to our having to employ more people with technology backgrounds.
So I'm going to be talking about some benefits that employees could have with administering social and cognitive technologies. So the first thing that I'm talking about is employee differences, and in any company there's going to be differences between employees, but a way to make it better is in the Royal Caribbean app. There can be an HR section where if you have a complaint with another employee, you can have different scenarios of what has been going on, and you can type in what you've been feeling or what happened to you, and then certain suggestions could pop up with keywords that are discussed in the paragraph that you send, and they can send you solutions on how to handle the situation. And in the end, if you feel that you benefited from this, and it's great and you can administer the solutions that the HR team provided. However, if you would like to further talk to an HR representative, you can, and they'll put all of the information there as well. So with employee job satisfaction, I do believe that to make the job easier for the employee can increase job satisfaction. And we created an idea of something called a MGT, which is an Alexa type device. So in every room, guests can talk to the Alexa, and then it can send that to tablets that the employees have. So the employees could have a list of things that they need to do instead of going back and forth from the phone and talking to many different clients that are in each room. And lastly, with employee engagement, social and cognitive technologies could help that, but also specifically to Royal Caribbean, people are on this ship for 6 to 8 months, and it would be beneficial for them to have more than 24 hours breaks because right now with Royal Caribbean, they have less than 24 hours and it's usually only about 6 hours. They have break every 7 days. So if they have more than 24 hours break, I do think that it would increase their employee engagement and they would be happier as well.
Hello, my name is Jennifer, and I am here today to talk to you about how our social and cognitive technologies will be affecting our employee training, motivation, and the stress level of both employees and passengers. As for employee training, it is critical that our employees know what they're doing so that the technology can be used to the highest capacity and that they know how to fix the technology if an error occurs. So to do this, we'll be holding information sessions for all employees so that they have a general knowledge, and then breaking down the employees into their subgroups so that they're able to have hands-on training where employees can work in teams to role play so that they also know what it's like being from the side of the passenger using the new technologies. As for rewarding and motivating our employees, we really believe that the more motivated an employee will be due to to how well they know their technology. When you're learning a new language, at first it's difficult, it stresses you out, but then once you realize how it works, you're able to use it more fluently. So this technique will be involved into our employees' minds to encourage them to really be one with the technology and learn from it. As for managing stress in the new changing environment, we will be hiring new HR personnel to work with our employees and more customer service reps so that the passengers will not be overwhelmed by the new changes that are done, and in addition to really encouraging the passengers to use our Alexa-like technology of using MGT. But overall, during the transition, we really believe that Royal Caribbean will be staying true to their mission of making sure the well-being of their consumers and operating in a responsible and well-being manner. The implementation of all of these technologies to make your lives easier and our lives breezier.
Come sail away with us!